Okay, good morning, guys, and welcome to another session of 133 Technicals. For those that are new, and as we all know, this is basically a market outlook session. We get to see what opportunities the market have for us today, and you guys get an up close view of my strategy. Yeah, and we first look at the pairs I trade. That's AUD, NZD, Euro, and GBP USD. And normally we start with the fundamentals. So let's get to it. Let's look at what the fundamentals are for us today. So all the OPEC meeting, this for those that trade oil. We have Euro News by 2 p.m., which is a speech. We have speech also by 2 p.m. on GBP2, and then we still have a speech on the USD. All are basically the equivalent of CBN governors speaking. Yeah. So they're actually volatile because you can't actually predict them. Most times you don't know what they are going to say or what they will say that actually spike the market. So just stay safe, guys. Trade safe, guys. Anyways, let's jump on our charts and see what we have for today. So this is AUD USD. Yesterday we highlighted these highs here and we're like, we'll wait for price to actually do this thing. Price to actually either break to the upside, or I think we highlighted that high, and then the lows around these levels here. Yeah, for price to actually break above or below, and price has actually broken above. Price tapped into those areas at the top, came down, broke to the downside, and I think price actually broke and then retested it. This was actually a short retracement. This is around the, I think, 0.3 Fibonacci. Yeah, price taps inside and then price has broken it to the downside again. What we can do is basically observe and see what it's going to do. Yeah, I won't start placing my fibs yet until I start seeing those retracements. But if I start seeing those retracements, what I want to achieve here is basically to see price come back to retest what is the golden ratio area. Yeah, and as you can see, for now the golden ratio area is around what the structure that was broken. Get so, but I won't actually treat that in now. I'll actually wait. I am expecting price to actually go deeper a bit before coming to tap into those areas. But if I see price there right now, yeah, let's say this candle that I just opened here reach these areas, I'll actually drop to the lower time frame and see how it behaves. If I see rejection candles, I might enter. But it's very low probability. I would actually hold this to hard when I see what a deeper like push to the downside before the retracement. So for now, I'm going to sit back and watch how this pans out. Yeah, well, that's basically what I'll be looking out for. We've had a break. I'll be looking for a star retest. Now, if we go to NZD USD, I think this was from the class yesterday. I was telling you guys, we had a break, and then what I was expecting was a retracement. But then, if we look critically, this was a supply level. Yeah, this was a supply level. That whole candlestick there. This was another supply level. Yep. And then this one was basically a structure that was broken. And I think I highlighted just these two because these were the two that were actually deeper. I prefer deeper retracements than shorter retracements. You get that's why I don't even hold this one to high esteem. But I think it's because AUD2 did a very short retracement. That's why NZD2 just tapped into this one and then flushed the downside. What I'll be doing now here, basically how I'm going to react to this is by highlighting this high here and then this low here. Let's see which one breaks out first. Yeah. If we break to the upside, then we basically have what is shift in market structure. Yeah, we can wait for that retest at the neckline. But then if we break to the downside to continue the downtrend, then we can basically have what that retest or what a continuation. So that's what I'll be looking at for on NZD USD. Then Euro USD, I think Euro USD still had a short retracement. Yep, Euro USD still had a short retracement. Let me see something on my RSI. It had a short retracement. Yeah, it did not go deeper. It basically just consolidated for a while here, and then was broke to the downside. Anyways, right now I don't have anything to say about Euro USD. I don't want to use strategies that I don't have, because I'm not going to do. What we can see is just a tap back into this range and what a continuation to the downside, but I'm not going to take it. I would wait for more market structure to develop. But another thing I can do is if I see price break above here, then I can wait for the retest. Yeah, but as long as price is still inside this whole range here, I'm not going to do anything. This whole leg here, I'm not going to do anything. Just I'll wait for more price action to see what our market structure formations to do. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Then GBP USD. Oh, nice. Same thing with NZD USD. Let me clear all these things. Looking very dirty. Same thing with NZD USD. I am going to highlight these areas here. And then the bottom here. And wait to see where price will break out of first. If it breaks to the upside, that's a shift. Yeah, that's a shift. And then if it breaks to the downside, that's basically what a continuation of the trend. Either way, let's look at DXY here. Let me see if I can make sense of Euro USD by looking at DXY. The same thing. Just exit of the range. I'm not going to touch Euro USD today. I'm just going to sit back and see what it does. I think after GBP USD, I've looked at all my pairs. You guys can, if you have any questions, you can ask, and if you want me to take a look at any pairs, yeah, you can drop them. Any pairs you guys want me to take a look at? Okay.
Sorry, please. Can you go back to AED USD?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. AED USD. There's nothing much to say about AED USD for now.
I have a question, please.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, wrong, but I used to think AUD USD and NZD USD are positively correlated because I feel like the economy isn't like so far away. But there are times I take my AUD trade the same way I take my NZD trade. And it maybe, for example, now the AUD is going well because most of the time AUD goes well, but the NZD fucks me up. So should I stop trading them the same time? Like, should I stop using the same analysis? Because sometimes you see like deeper, let me say like deeper retracements. Basically, I always feel like NZD is too forward because I always run to hit my stop loss and AD is a bit slow. So should I stop analyzing them the same way and analyze them separately, or I don't know?
Okay, so first things first, yeah, they are positively correlated. If you look at it, even as at now, they are still correlated, they are still positively correlated. The thing is, I think for the past months, yeah, they have not been moving in the same light. Like it's not like before where if AUD makes a move, NZD copies the same thing. Yeah, I think for like a month now, yeah. But the thing, if you look at it overall, is still what? The same thing. Look at these three candles here. This was from around 7 a.m. yesterday to 6, from 7 a.m. yesterday, no, from 3 a.m. yesterday to 7 a.m. today. Now, if you look at within that time on NZD USD, you see that it was actually making those down moves from 3. Yep, see, yeah. It was still down, but it was not as strong as AUD you get.
So you see what I'm saying? Like this one now is like 2 candles, but we ate like 3 candles. So I feel like one
think
is faster than the other.
it happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. The
Oh,
only
okay.
thing is just in those moments, analyze them individually. But then the overall they still have the same bias.
So your AED trades, do you place them in the morning or it doesn't matter? I know, like, because it's called USD, then you can place in the morning, but sometimes I feel like I'm not so patient to wait for the trade because
For me, I don't really have a specific time I place trades. Anytime I see opportunities, I place them. I don't really have a specific time.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone said no worries. Someone said I should take a look at AED USD. Well, for now, I'm sitting out on AED USD until I see some proper formations, or if I see like maybe a push to the downside small, then a tap. But I'm actually expecting that whole push to the downside a little before we start seeing that retracement. Because if we see that push to the upside now, NZD might just do what it shifts in market structure, a double bottom. Gets. So I'm actually expecting maybe that push to the downside for a while. Then what we have that retracement. So for now, that's what I'll be waiting for. I'll basically be looking out for that retest of this area here. For the retest of this area here. This one I highlighted. Anyway, someone said they should look at USD JPY. Okay, so USD JPY started sloping this thing again. Basically don't know. I have the short strategy. I think that's like the best strategy to trade USD JPY. Yeah, because man, their impulsive moves, especially moves to the upside, are always scary. Like, man, this was basically a shift. So like very nice shift to the upside, and then price is sloping to the downside, sloping. I don't really have a strategy for USD JPY, apart from the short retracement strategy, which I always talk about. But I have not backtested it long enough to actually vouch for the strategy yet. But basically, something like this. I think I've told you guys that thing a lot. Yeah, where you enter and drop your stop loss below the candlestick, and targets for a 2-hour. But for now, it's not doing anything important. It's still retracing. It's still inside this leg. So I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not going to recommend. No, it's not about recommend, but it's just better to sit out and watch what it does because it's still inside this range. Yeah, so for now, just sit back and watch what happens. I think someone dropped another pair, EG. Nice. Oh, why is it so loud? I mean, why is it so noisy here? This stuff still looks like a range, so I am okay. If I'm looking at the most recent market structure, there's nothing market structure in this thing. It's just one big box of candlesticks. So I really don't have it. Cost pairs are always very tricky, especially when the markets are consolidating. GBP CHF. Yes, if I'm trading, I don't trade you. If I'm going to recommend anything for someone, just sit out for now. Because for now, it's still like in a range. The range is not clear, but it's still like in the range. So someone say GBP CHF. Oh, let's get it 4H. Okay, on the 4H, yeah. On the 4H, we had this whole breakup structure. So we are bearish, but then as you can see, price pushed up a bit, and then price is trying to like tap into break below, but then we are seeing rejections from the downside. Let me see, is there anything on the left? Honestly, I don't want to start disturbing myself. are bearish on this pair, but then if you look at the most recent market structure on the mid time frame, it's a bit tricky because this was that level that was broken. That level, we saw this one, it was very small in the 4H. And then we came down here, we kind of retraced, and then now we're coming below again, but see, we're meeting rejections from the bottom. So you can just watch out here. I think the only one I'll feel comfortable trading is if price breaks above here. Yeah, if price break above here, I'm waiting for that retest. Or you can still wait for price to break this levels here because it's a very strong level. Price has been tapping inside, tapping inside, tapping inside. If I have that whole break, then we can actually wait for the retest. That's what I have to say about GBPCH. Is there any other pair? Okay. The last pair we take a look at. Euro card, let me see the 4H. It's bearish actually. Bias is almost the same thing as that. Was it GBP CHF just looked at, or Euro CHF? GBP CHF. Okay, it's almost the same thing. It's bearish, but then on the 1H you see that price actually created a low. Yeah, created a low that price is finding it very hard to break out, break below. Yeah, and then price just went up, and then we're seeing massive rejections at this top here. So just highlight this one and then the one below. Watch which level price breaks out of first. That's basically it. But man, cross pairs are always very tricky. Okay, so that being said, please, you guys can see as the markets are, I think last week and this week or this week have been more of consolidations. Yep. So just trade safe. Yeah. Trade safe, guys. Please, if you don't see your setup, don't jump the gun. Don't let FOMO get the best of you. So always wait for your setups to manifest, and always keep an open mind. If you have a setup and it doesn't work out, on to the next one. Do you understand? Is the market opportunities are everywhere. So hope you guys understand. That being said, take care of yourselves, guys, and then I'll catch you guys same time tomorrow. Later, guys.